Hello everyone, my name is Joris Peels, and this is another episode of 3D Printing News Unpeeled. So today we're going to be hearing about a few things, and the one thing we're starting off with is WASP. And WASP is an Italian company, and they were explicitly started to kind of change the world. And they've been making ceramics 3D printers, large-scale WASP crane-like 3D printers for construction, but always with an idealistic bent, always with a kind of a idealistic idea of really literally enacting significant change in how things are made. And now they've come up with a, well, actually quite wonderful idea, I think. In Bologna, the WASP company has bought land, and they're going to build their Ithaca homes there. The idea is to, in a 33 meter diameter space, to let 4 people create all the energy and water that they would need, and food that they would need to survive. So a completely new sustainable model. And the idea is really that it's a training project. It's like an open source laboratory. So WASP hopes to build this in Bologna using its WASP Crane 3D printers, hopes to then have people live in it, and will then share these findings. Like, do you need more land, for example? Does it need more insulation? Does it need more ability to capture water? This is an absolutely fantastic project. Now, it's easy to dismiss WASP's idealism, but it's nice to see someone be optimistic about the future and try to do something about the present at the same time. The idea, of course, is that this kind of a low sustainability model, if it works, or if it can point to some directions of of it working in the future, could really be, well, not only sustainable, but it could also be very cost efficient as well. And this is an open source laboratory, so maybe it doesn't work. Maybe we need a cross section of 60 meters to feed 4 people. It's at least a project that points to a potential solution. So that, I think, is very, very exciting about this. The next news item is about Axtra 3D. So Axtra 3D is a company that, well, one part it makes DLP 3D printers, and at Formnext it's going to be reducing its Revox DLP. It's going to be introducing its Revox DLP system. So far so normal. But what Axtra is introduced at Formnext last year was a hybrid technology that kind of combines DLP and SLA. It's called HPS, and they have an HPS light engine. And today they're releasing the first 3D printer, or at Formnext actually, they're releasing the new 3D printer for that, the Lumia. Right, and the Lumia will be available at Formnext. You can check it out. Now, the reason I think Axtra 3D is very exciting is, well, okay, the concept is wonderful. So the idea is like, well, SLA is a good technology. It presents, relatively large build area, very good kind of part quality. DLP, on the other hand, is, well, for smaller parts, smaller build volumes. It produces very detailed parts very quickly, but then there's some stair-stepping effect, and for certain things SLA is better, for certain things DLP is better. So what they're trying to do is combine the best of both worlds in this new technology. Now, you should definitely stop by if you're at Formnext, because the parts look absolutely fantastic. I know that already. You'll see one here in front of you. Why I like it, of course, they would like, this to be a complete revolution, replace all the light-based technologies and all the VAT polymerization technologies, obviously. The reason I am a fan of this is I really love the level of detail. There's no stair-stepping on these parts. The surface quality and the labeling quality is really, really good. So I love this specifically for molds. So I think for a lot of molding applications, this could be a really, really excellent technology of getting a really nice part that requires a lot less finishing in order to get a mold made out of it. And that's going to save a lot of money for a lot of people. So, think of like some of the really high volume applications in molding. But also, like a lot of other applications in jewelry and other things, this could be a really great technology for several players out there. So I think it's a very, and it's always nice to see people do something new or something kind of a little bit different than what most people are doing. The last thing is, well, this is definitely something new. This is called, well, I'm not sure how to say it. It's either the SLAminator or the SLAminator, depending on how you want to term it. And this is something new. And this is something that we've never seen before on the desktop, to my knowledge. And this is essentially, it's a VAT polymerization printer. It's an LCD printer that has a combined curing curing and a washing unit in it. So essentially what you can see here in the picture is you can see the upside down benchy in gray in the middle there, and it gets printed and then it gets conveyed to the washing station and the curing station and dropped in it. So the idea behind this is this is a Kickstarter project, right? And SLAminator, the idea behind it is to have a project whereby a printer whereby you don't come in contact with the resin, whereby it automates everything and just you pop out with the final part. Now, of course, there is some support removal that you might want to do to a lot of these parts, but I think this is absolutely wonderful development, and it's a lot safer. Now, these SLA resins, some of them are carcinogenic. I think that's something that people don't really mention a lot. A lot of them are skin irritants or could cause skin sensitization issues, which would mean which is very, very negative, especially if they build up over time. So the idea of making a printer that gets you not in contact with the resin, to me, is absolutely fantastic. So this is a Kickstarter, right? It's on Kickstarter right now. It's looking for a really kind of very humble sum of around 20, 30K or something like that. It's getting there, but not yet there. And I think it's absolutely fantastic development. The initial price of the printer is around $900. And if this thing works, then I think it's a wonderful development, especially for things like if you want to use these in a school or in a hospital or any kind of environment like this. This would be much, much safer than all the other alternatives that we have available today. So thank you very much. This is another version of 3D Printing News Unpeeled. My name's Joris Peels, and this is courtesy of 3dprint.com. And have a nice day.